All right, let's just jump right in with the question that kicks this whole thing off. What if? What if someone created a secret code that was so strong, so perfect, that the world's most powerful government couldn't crack it? Not with all their money, not with all their computers. What happens then? So picture this. On one side, you've got the NSA, right? The National Security Agency. Their whole deal is that no secret is safe, no message is truly private. They can see everything. But then, boom, out of nowhere, this mysterious new algorithm shows up. It's like a digital brick wall they just can't get through. And that's the core conflict right there. The all-seeing eye suddenly has a massive blind spot.
Okay, so how does this all go down? What's the crisis here? Well, it all starts with one person, one single act of defiance.
So you have this genius, a former NSA employee named Ensei Tankado. And he's not happy. He doesn't just invent this incredible code, he turns around and uses it as the ultimate blackmail. He basically tells the NSA, hey, admit to the world what you're doing, all your secret spying, or I'm going to release this code to the public. Imagine that, unbreakable privacy for everyone. And just like that, the agency is thrown into this insane race against the clock.
Now, to really get what's at stake in this high-tech cat-and-mouse game, we need to look at the two key pieces of tech at the center of it all. Think of them as two sides of the very same coin.
First up, we have TRANSLTR. This thing is the NSA's crown jewel. It's this absolute beast of a supercomputer, built for one thing and one thing only, to smash its way through any password, any code, any encryption you throw at it. It's the ultimate brute force machine. In the book, TRANSLTR is really a symbol of the government's power, this idea that they can see and hear absolutely everything.
And then you have the other side of that coin, digital fortress. It's not just a defense, it's the perfect defense. This is an algorithm so smart, so complex, that it doesn't just slow TRANSLTR down. Nope, it literally breaks the machine. And that is technology designed for the complete opposite purpose, not to spy, but to give people total unbreachable privacy.
Okay, here's where it gets really wild. What makes this story so compelling, even all these years later, is how it stops feeling like fiction and starts feeling like, well, like our world. You gotta remember, this was written way before we all had smartphones, before encrypted apps were a thing, but the ideas in it, man, they were shockingly prophetic.
So in the novel, encryption is exactly what the title says, a digital fortress. It's this perfect, impenetrable shield that protects your secrets from anyone, even the government. So the big question is, how does that compare to real life?
Well, it's actually kind of spooky how similar it is to the tech we use every single day. I'm talking about the end-to-end encryption in apps like WhatsApp or Signal. And that whole debate in the book about whether the government should have a key, that is the exact same fight happening right now, with governments pushing for backdoors into our private messages.
Okay, so what about the code breaker, the big bad machine? In the book, TRANSLTR is this one giant, all-powerful computer. It's the master key to unlock every secret. It's a simple idea, right? Super powerful. But as we see, it has a breaking point. In the real world today, the scary equivalent isn't one big machine we've already built. It's a theoretical one, the quantum computer. The big fear in the security world is that a powerful enough quantum computer could one day just shatter the encryption we all rely on. And that's not just sci-fi, it has kicked off a very real race to create post-quantum cryptography, basically new codes that even a quantum computer couldn't break.
But look, the most shocking parallel of all has to be the surveillance itself. In Digital Fortress, the whole idea that the NSA could be spying on everyone, that was the big, dark secret, the conspiracy that drives the entire plot. The book painted a picture of a spy agency working totally in the shadows.
And then reality caught up. 15 years after this book came out, Edward Snowden happened. The leaks revealed real-world mass surveillance programs, like PRISM. And suddenly, the central premise of this fictional thriller, this secret, widespread government monitoring of all our digital lives, turned out to be terrifyingly close to the truth.
So all of this, the code, the computer, the spying, it all boils down to this timeless dilemma at the very heart of the book. And it's a question with no easy answers, not in the story, and definitely not in real life. And here it is. Privacy or security? Do we have to choose? In the book, the government's argument is, hey, we need to be able to spy to stop the bad guys and keep people safe. But the code's creator says, no way. Absolute privacy is a basic human right. And that puts the question right to us. Do you have to give up one to get the other?
Now, the book doesn't just hand you a nice, easy answer. Instead, it makes you wrestle with these really tough questions.
Should governments be allowed to spy on their own citizens to prevent crime? Do we have an absolute, untouchable right to digital privacy? And maybe the biggest question of all, who should be in charge of this stuff? Who gets to hold the keys?
And hey, this is not just some philosophical exercise. We've seen this exact fight play out in the real world, right in the headlines. Remember when the FBI demanded that Apple unlock an iPhone from a crime scene? That was it. That was the real-life NSA versus Ensei Tankado. You had a massive tech company telling the government, sorry, no. They argued that if they build a backdoor for you, it makes everyone less safe.
So after all this, what's the big takeaway? What's the lasting warning from this book that we really need to hear today?
I think it's this. Encryption is a double-edged sword. The technology itself isn't good or bad. It's just the tool. It can be a fortress that protects journalists, activists, and just regular people like you and me. But that exact same fortress can be used by criminals and terrorists to hide what they're doing. And that's the tension, right? You can't really escape it.
And believe me, these questions are only getting more urgent. Think about our world now. We've got AI everywhere, the dawn of quantum computing, all our data sitting in the cloud, and encrypted messaging is just standard. Our entire lives are moving online, which makes the debate over who controls the walls of that digital world more important than it has ever been.
So, no, Digital Fortress doesn't give us a simple answer, but it does leave us with the one question that all of us really need to be asking ourselves. As our world gets more and more connected, more and more digital, who should control the fortresses? Who do we trust to hold the keys? The government? The giant tech companies? Or should those keys only ever belong to us?